Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm Erica and I realized I haven't done a Dizzy Knits episode in a very long time. I haven't told you guys about my knitting projects. And I have been knitting. I've got a finished object to show you. I've got a couple works in progress to show you. But I also was inspired by Retro Claude. If you're not following her channel, I'll put a link to it down below. Who went through recently and organized her whole stash. I'm not doing that today. But I did pull out all my Cascade 220 wool, superwash wool, because I kind of have an addiction to that stuff. I love it. And I thought I would figure out like what it's going to be made into. And that way I'd start by a category, since that is the yarn I probably have the most of. The reason I've been knitting so much more than sewing or doing hair videos for you guys lately is it's summer, it's hot, and that is triggering my IBS, and then it'll be hot for a couple days and then cold for a few days, and so that's giving me sinus headaches and vertigo and all that stuff. With vertigo, it's not a great idea to sew because I mean it is like machinery, so I don't want to be like operating sharp objects like the serger when I'm dizzy, and sometimes it feels like I'm on a boat. But I can knit. I've been knitting, and I've been watching with my husband the original series of Dark Shadows, so like the old late 1960s television show with like Barnabas Collins and Josette Collins and Vicki Winters and you know, the theremin sounds and the whole thing. So it has been really enjoyable. And the nice thing about it is when I have the vertigo and I don't feel super well, it's black and white for the early seasons. And even when it goes to color, it's not crazy. And it's just kind of soothing. And there's not a lot of like special effects and things in my face. So it's been possible to watch that even not feeling great. So anyway, I've been waffling at you for like a full minute. So let's start with a finished object. This is my Holy Chevrons shawl. It's a Stephen West pattern. And this is my entry into the Easy Like Summer Knitting challenge. It was a challenge on Instagram where you had to take pieces of your stash and knit up like a stash busty kind of whatever, socks, shawls, hats, anything you want. And I picked the Holy Chevrons, which is called that because of this cool chevron border, which I kind of messed up. As you can see, the holes are not super lined up, but I decided to just go with it because it is so pretty and spooky and murky. Like, look at these colors. Oh my God, so cool. So this is all stash yarn, so it's odds and ends. So in here there is some yarn from previous projects. This mint green is a little mini skein. I can't remember exactly where I got it, but it was on Etsy. And this is also a mini skein from Etsy. There is some Huck and Rae Fiber Co., which I made the shawlography shawl out of. That light purple is her lavender colorway. This bind off, I did an I-cord bind off with one of the leftovers from one of the Huck and Rae colors. There is some, I think this purple up here is from Haute knit yarn. There is some Malibrigo in here, right through there. That's one of the Malibrigo colors. Yeah, I mean, it's just the perfect little stash bustery shawl. It was really easy. I made the smaller size because I didn't have like that much yarn that went with this. I love the little eyelets. I love that it's the semicircular shawl shape because you can just, and there you go, just pop it over and it actually sits on your shoulder really well. So yeah, all around I'm really happy with this. I cannot wait till it's cool enough to actually wear it. And then my friend Lizzie, who is Killer Kitsch 13 on Instagram, and she has a TikTok, and she's amazing. She does a lot of vintage knitting and sewing, and she also runs a B-movie horror movie night in Canada. She is one of my favorite people, and we decided to do because we want it to be Halloween. Like, yesterday. So we decided to do a challenge together, a little sew along, where it's Spooky Sweater 2022. It's a hashtag on Instagram. And a few people have actually participated, so thank you. But basically you just knit a sweater that feels spooky and fall-y to you. And I cast on 2 and I'm almost finished with 1. So I will show you what I've been working on. I'm gonna take off my little sweatshirt. All right, so this is my first one. This is Cascade 220 Superwash in the Mystic Purple colorway. And Mystic Purple is, for people playing at home, color 1948. That is the ball. As you can see, it's this dark muted purple, and then it has like little flecks of white. There's some heathering, there's a little bit of blue, a little bit of pink. So it's very pretty. And this is the Belladonna sweater by Andi, Satturland. So what's cool about this sweater is it has this big lace panel in the back and on the sides. And because it's not blocked, it's hard to see. But the lace actually makes almost like these little spooky faces. It's very cool. So this is a waist length sweater. It's like kind of cropped, like 50s style. I have done one sleeve almost completely. I'm done with the ribbing. So I will throw it on. This is one of those patterns that looks harder than it is. It is really delightful to knit. And as long as you, like what I do is I just put markers around all the little pattern bits so that I can keep track of where I am. Yeah, there's the sleeve. As you notice, my sleeve is a little puffy. I like a bigger sleeve. So I cast on the size 34 for this sweater. I think that's the 34, yeah. And then I make the sleeves a little bit bigger. Like I cast on like 4-inch extra stitches, which gives me like an extra inch. Because I like a looser sleeve, and I also, when I sew, have to do like a full bicep adjustment. So I don't want to do that in a sweater after the fact. So this is it. It's gonna have a button band and button up. It's got this cool square neckline. I think it's gonna be so beautiful. I'm gonna try to show you guys the back. There we go. So that's the back of the sweater. I'm in my spare room, so it's a little bit of a tight space. But yeah, I really like how this has come out. I think that this sweater was, Lizzie knitted it in like a week. She had a lot more knitting time. I've been having a lot of work right now, so she must have had more time than I did. But I mean, she knitted so fast, and she's a fast knitter anyway. But it's on a worsted weight, like well, Cascade 220 isn't worsted. It's like a DK, like a, you know, but it'll give you that worsted gauge depending on how you knit it. I knit it with size 7 needles. These are red Chiago lace needles. And I have got, let's see, I had 4 balls of this yarn. And I have this much left. So I will finish the sleeve with this, do the button bands, and then have a whole spare ball of this yarn, which I can make something else with. So it's always nice. And then I will show you guys the buttons, because I actually have buttons and everything for this one ready to go. The bigger buttons on this. Yeah, I might use the bigger ones. I have bigger ones and smaller ones. So I have these, I'll show you. I have these smaller buttons. Aren't they pretty? This is from Button Hive in Oregon. It's an Etsy shop. So thank you, Anna. She is amazing. I have ordered from them a lot. And then we also have the giant version of these buttons. So I'm not sure. I used these before on a cardigan, and I might just use them again because they're pretty epic. But let's see. Yeah, I like that, I think, a lot. So I'm excited to use these. And then for my button band, I actually got, this is from Etsy as well, and it's this little bat buttons, grosgrain ribbon, so I can put that on the back of the button band to stabilize it. Oh, let me show you the other side of the sweater. So obviously it's reverse stockinette panels on the front, which means the back is just regular stockinette. So it's kind of cool from the back too. And then at the same time in the spooky sweater, I also cast on Ducket. So Ducket is another Andi Satturland pattern. And this yarn has a little bit of a story. So let me find. Little Knits had a sale quite some time ago on the Christmas green color from Cascade 220, which is bright green, as you can see. And quite lovely, but too bright for me. So I decided I wanted to make the Ducket sweater by Andi Satturland. I will find, oh good, I've got my yarn all tangled around itself. So let me find Ducket and show it to you. Is that name, I have to be like really careful when I say it. I've almost said it the wrong way several times. I won't say how I've almost said it wrong. I think you can guess. It's Ducket, like a duck, like quack, quack, quack. So this is Andi modeling it. As you can see, it is a very cool little cropped sweater. It's a really cool one. This is one of her newer, like a pattern that was re-released. Here we go. Yeah, so it's this really pretty sweater with lace. I'm doing another lace. Seems to be my thing at this point. Okay, so I am alternating skeins, and this is why. Because I got 5 skeins of the Christmas green color, and I was like, I mean, it's pretty, but it's too bright for me. I wanted something a little bit more muted. So here's the original. And then I over-dyed 5 skeins of the yarn. So there's that one. There's this one. See, this one's a lot darker. There's this one. I did this in a crock pot with food coloring. So it's kind of an uneven dye job, and I'm okay with that. I used mostly Wilton's Delphinium Blue and a little bit of their purple so it would break. And then this is the start I have made with the Ducket. So you can see the lace bits. You can see the little panels of stockinette. And this is the back. So when I finish the sweater I'm working on, I'll probably pick Ducket back up. But I am alternating skeins between 2 so that, you know, they kind of have a nice fabric that doesn't pool too much in one place. Oh yeah, this magic. All right, let me get my pattern. So I finished a shawl, which means I get to cast on a new shawl, right? That's how that works. That's how it works in my life. I always try to have a shawl on the go, and I've been really obsessed with Stephen West patterns, which I'm really late to that party, but here we are. So I cast on the shawl Smorgasbord. This is his newest pattern, and this thing is gigantic. So big. So we shall see, but I've got a lot of really beautiful, this is my code with all my colors. Got a lot of really beautiful yarn to use for this. So this is my little start here. So this is the beginning of my shawl. And this is, I'm getting ready to start a new color. So I have quite a few really beautiful yarns in here. And then I also have some little leftover stuff that I'm using as well. So let's see. Let me find everything. So this is Hidden Gem, this first one. And this is Yarn Lovin' Lady by Lisa's Hidden Gem yarn. These are all sock fingering weight merino yarns. This is so pretty. And then I've got, let's see. This is really cool. This is from a dyer who's kind of new to me that I got from Etsy. This is Haviland. And this was one of the spooky slumber party colorways. So it was like a mystery skein. And it came with this and a little mini. I think I have the mini. And here's the mini. Aren't this fun? So this is called The Truth Is Up There, and the Spooky Slumber Party is an urban legend based yarn. So the yarn is dyed on a colorway based on an urban legend, and this was about this spooky airport, which is very fun. And then we have this. Isn't this fabulous? And this actually I have used a bit. So this right here was this skein of yarn, and this is Buxom Cat Knits, and this is the marshmallow colorway, and this was a mystery. She had like some extras, so you could just buy a mystery skein from her, and this is what I got, and I was just like, okay, I'll take it. I love Buxom Cat Knits. She dyes the prettiest yarn. This is a Malibrigo. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Malibrigo sock. What else have we got in here? Oh, this is a leftover of Buxom Cat Knits. This is cool speckle. So that's awesome. Yeah, and I've got some other like blue odds and ends, basically. So I'm just gonna do the best I can to get a shawl out of all these little blue green kind of odds and ends. I really, really love how this fabric is working out. I cannot wait to put in this really energetic stripe. So yeah, I'm loving it. And then I've got some plans. This has already been a 17-minute video. I'm gonna have to edit quite a lot. But you know, if I don't talk to you guys for a while about this stuff, I end up talking a lot. So, all right, I have got this bag of odds and ends, and I printed this out. This is the Happy Haunts sock. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's a sock pattern for a little ghost chart. So I want to take some of my odds and ends, the Cascade 220, because I've got so much of it, and I want to make a sweater vest with little ghosts on it, which I think is a really fun idea. So my idea is to sort of stripe. This is a purple, a blue purple, and a navy leftover. I want to like stripe those and then do all the little ghosts who are so cute with this sort of mint color. So I don't know when I'm gonna cast that on. I'm trying not to cast that on after I finish the sleeve because it excites me and I want to do it, so we'll see. And the sweater vest, I'm not sure exactly what pattern I'm going to use to adapt that. It's definitely going to be like kind of a just basic one, so I can do the color work. So I'll keep you guys informed on when I make some complete decisions about that. I still have more Cascade 220 to work with, and I'm trying to come up with some ideas on what to do with it. So I did buy a knitting book. That's a vintage knitting book on PDF online, and it is really, really cool. Let me find it for you. It is the Corticelli Fluffy Knit Hand Knit Sweaters and Cardigans book. And these are some of the design. I'll show you the design. So this is one. I got this on Etsy. Oh, Corticelli Fluffy Knit. And there's like a cat. So cute. The soft fluffiness of this thrilling new yarn is an inspiration to knitters everywhere. For it looks like wool, feels like wool, knits like wool. Recommended for sweaters and cardigans, Fluffy Knit works up quickly and easily to produce smart, well-fitting garments that are unsurpassed in knitted loveliness. So it's a cotton yarn that knits up at like DK worsted weight. I will be trying some of these designs in wool. But I mean, yeah, like this one is 5 stitches per inch. There's 6 stitches per inch. So this is another one of the designs. It's a little sweater vest. It's really cute. A lot of texture in these. This is awesome. Look at that little diamond pattern. This is really cool. I don't like how high the neck is. Like I probably wouldn't wear it with that high of a neck, but it is a beautiful design. This is the first one I saw. I was like, I'm making that. Isn't that cool? Look at those sleeves. I love a box top sleeve. This one has like a little smocking detail. It's a really great book. It was like under $5. This is definitely being made. This is another vest, and it's fabulous. And it's very hard to find vest patterns. At least I find them very hard. This is a two-tone. So most of the patterns in this book are size 32 bust to 34 bust. I'm a 34, so I don't even have to change the pattern size. This is probably the first one I'm going to make for real. Look, so you do some embroidery, there's a stitch pattern. It's just beautiful. And then there's, I think, one more. Is there one more? No. And then here's a picture of the yarn. There we go. And it is a 2-ounce skein of yarn. So, Cascade 220 Superwash is a 3.5-ounce skein of yarn. So I'm trying to use ounces to kind of figure out how much yarn I need. So, it looks like I've got, like I said, I've got several skeins of this yarn. So to make that first sweater, this sweater, and I'm never gonna wear it buttoned all the way to the top, but I think it'd be really pretty over dresses and stuff. So it is in Luna Yellow, and it's 4 skeins. So 4 2-ounce skeins, 4 and 4 is 8. And then 8 ounces divided by 3.5. 3 and 3 is 6, that's 7. So yeah, I need like 3 skeins of yarn, and I have 3 skeins of yarn. So this is Cascade Superwash 220 in the color 820, which I think is their lemon yellow. I never wear yellow. I just don't. But I wanted a yellow sweater. I don't even know why, but I did. And so I've got this, and I feel like this sweet little thing would be so cute as a yellow sweater. And then I just need to get yarn for the embroidery, which I might do gray. I was thinking of doing yellow and gray. So that is a plan that hopefully I will stick to for that yarn. And then just doing a quick inventory of what else I've got. So I've got odds and ends. I've got 2 and probably a half balls of this, which is Cascade 220 Merino in color 38. It's really soft. The Merino is even nicer than the regular 220. And I've got the 220 in the Christmas green. I've got a skein left of that. And I've got some more odds and ends of green. So maybe this could be something, I'm not sure what. I think 2 skeins should be enough to do, 2.5 skeins should be enough to do that merino version of the V-neck vest, this vest. So that might be something that happens. Hopefully I'll actually knit these. I'm not good at knitting in pieces. I like to knit in a round. So we'll see how I do. But yeah, I've also, and then I got the rest of my bag of tricks out here, and I'll talk to you about my plans. So I have 4 skeins of this teal. I do not know what I'm doing with that. Probably an Andi satturland sweater. We'll see. Let me pull up the other one. I have a big mass of yarn to make the Fannie Foucher cardigan, which I will show you. And I'll show you the color, because it's a little bit of a different color for me too. Well, I mean, not really, it's like purple, but it's a light purple. So this is it's like a light purple. Kind of matches my hair right now. We'll see if my hair stays this color, but either way, it's awesome. It's color 295. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeins of that. Because this sweater was hungry. So yeah, it's got a little belt. It's a little bit longer line. I like it because it felt kind of 30s to me, which I really enjoy. And then this is, look at the back. The back has got a knitted in belt. So it's very beautiful. I'm very concerned whether or not I'll be able to actually pull that sweater off because it looks a little different construction and a little more difficult than what I usually do. But it is top down, and that helps me. So we will see how much of this stuff I actually get done. But that is what I've been making. Those are my plans. I hope you guys are doing really well, and I will see you next time. Hopefully, with a hair video. Hopefully I'll be feeling well enough to stand up and actually do my hair. So I'll see you guys next time.